Hey, this is Ralph, and in this video, I'm going to play a little 10-0 Rapid, but before I do that, I did want to check out a couple of daily games. So in this one, I'm actually kind of happy. I know the game is still early, but the opponent is much higher rated, and so far, we're rather balanced. Both of our kings are castled and protected. In the previous move, I just threatened the bishop and threatened their queen. But yeah, now it's ready for me to kind of start to create some kind of an attack. Their light squared bishop is not yet developed, which is good. So I would like to develop, get my queen out, but also try to, is there a way that I can prevent or delay their continued development? So their bishop is kind of looking at nothing for the most part. Now, if I want to delay their development while building up my own, that means either going with another attack. Now, if I were to bring my... yeah, I can't do this. Can I threaten this bishop again? Their dark squared bishop. You know what I may be able to do here? Now, if I start off with a pin of their knight, with the upcoming threat of knight to d5, obviously they can, in between, they can develop that light squared bishop and start to focus on that. However, if they develop that light squared bishop, I'll be able to grab that b7 pawn. Yeah, I forgot I am looking at this pawn over here. So let's go ahead and do that pin. Check out Funk 11 here. Okay, now this one, my opponent definitely has an advantage. They've got a pawn advantage on me. Neither of us is castled. It's only move 8. Their queen is in my territory, threatening material. I'm going to develop the bishop, help protect this square. Imagine their knight's going to want to come down here, or even better, their bishop will come down and help pin. Yeah, I might be in a rough situation, but when that pin happens, I'm assuming his bishop will develop. I'll develop my knight to help guard that square, and we'll see if I can't get castled relatively soon. All right, Batman 1962. Okay, I've got a 2-pawn advantage on this one. Feeling pretty good about things. However, their king recently, if I just back up a little bit, their king is relatively getting into a safe spot. Yeah, I was threatening this square here. So in order to continue on with this attack, their rook is a little bit loose. My king is on a light square, so I'm not worried about an immediate threat from their bishop. Now, do we have any sack opportunities? Okay, so let's see. If I take their bishop with my rook, they may take back. Queen up, check. Their knight can't go anywhere to help protect the rook. Remember, the rook is going to be down here on e5. Their knight can't protect. So I might be able to win that rook. think that may work. Okay, so I'm going to take that bishop. I still haven't confirmed my move, but I'm going to take that bishop with my rook. And they kind of have to take, right? Because otherwise, if they don't take, I am threatening here, which is not necessarily checkmate, but it would be checkmate on the next move, because that would be check. King would have to divert to h6, and then that would be checkmate right there. All right, I'm taking that bishop. And we'll look at one more here, and let's see, this game's moving along. We're at move 20. We look to be balanced. They're offering an exchange of bishops, which I don't know if I want to do. I kind of like having two bishops. But I think I need to, oh man, am I going to have to, yeah, my rook is under a threat. Let me back up a couple moves here. Let me just see what we're doing. Okay. Now, obviously I can take with check, but then, yeah, they're just going to take back with a knight. Yeah, okay, I'm going to take the rook with check. They'll probably bring their other rook out. Oh man, I don't know if I'm able to keep the bishop. So imagine, yeah, so I take, they take back with rook. I don't want to bring my bishop down here because that's going to open up a fork for their rook to slide in. And I need to get my dark squared bishop out. Of course, I'll be able to drop back. I don't know if that's going to work. All right. I guess the good thing about these daily games is you don't have that same time pressure as a rapid, but all right, I'm going to take their rook. I'm just kind of delaying what to do. After takes, yeah, I'll have to figure out if I'm going to have to trade light squared bishops. And then that'll give me an opportunity to get my king out here so I can help guard this center, get my dark squared bishop better developed. All right, yeah, I guess that's what we'll have to do. All right, well, let's look at one more here, our daily game. And yeah, get this bishop fiend-shadowed. All right, let's head over to play. And we'll start up a 10-minute rapid. All right, KaizenKeno 1629. Let's go for it. Start to push in the center. Get bishop developed. They're going to castle, I would imagine, next. I'm going to castle as well. And I'm going to start pushing my F-pawn. If they want to trade, so be it. And I don't want to encourage them to get their light squared bishop on that diagonal, so. All right, I think I feel like I need to start pushing here. Let's see. They've got 2 attackers. I will have 1 defender. That's no good. Unless I take out their knight first. Let's see. Do need to be aware of my time. I forgot for a second. Felt like I was playing a daily game, but this is a 10-0 rapid, so I need to think here. I'm going to move this knight back here. Now let's move forward. I'm going to go up to b5. Look at a couple squares over here. I know that's not really doing much of an attack, but I want to keep my pieces moving forward, keep this knight looking at some central pieces. I can lock it up pretty soon with an a4 pawn push. So they saw that particular, I don't know if it's even worth calling it a plan, but they saw that blocking. All right. So let's see, what can we do here? Let's move my knight over to b1 because I'm going to move my c knight very, very soon. So I want to keep an eye on this b2 pawn since their bishop is on that long diagonal. But I'm thinking it might be cool if I can do this. I can obviously bring my knight up to d5. Obviously, that would threaten or offer a knight exchange, but they may have to take that because otherwise I'm moving my knight up here to c7, threatening their rook and kind of having these 2 knights locked in over there on the queen side of my opponent. Okay, so they get their queen out of the way. I'm not sure what that's really going to do there. I still don't have the pieces in order to start pushing my e-pawn. They still have a couple of defenders of that e5 square. Might be able to scare them with a little discovery, I suppose, if I put my bishop on that diagonal, force them to move their queen a second time. And if they don't move that queen, obviously that would allow me to grab a pawn, one of their central pawns right up there. Okay, I'm going to check. And I'll slide away. Just as well, I shouldn't have my king on that dark diagonal, but I have to admit that I did not really acknowledge that my king was on that dark square diagonal. Okay, they're getting their rook lined up with mine, with my queen ultimately, but I'm going to go ahead and threaten their queen, offer traded knights here. I can pre-move that. Threatening their knight. But I think as soon as they move that knight, I will probably double push my c-pawn. Yeah, their knight didn't have to move. Yeah, didn't have to move back. That's a good move there. It is protected by its queen and bishop. My knight is triple attacked, so I guess I've got to do something with it. And I think the only logical thing is to take that knight. So we'll do so. They're going to be able to get their bishop into the mix. Let's go ahead and question it. And I need to start looking at some attacking ideas. Definitely my bishop here. Oh, okay, that's what I was just starting to visualize. I can start to consider moving up here to h6. All right, this seems pretty silly of me. I'm pushing my my king pawns for my castle king. I know that's something I'm not supposed to do, but I want to see if I can push my h pawn up here and start to weaken. Okay, they're going after that knight, or I'm sorry, that rook. And I may not be able to save it for now. Part of me is wondering, do I let the rook go and continue my h-pawn push? I guess I'll save it for a little bit. That's going to hang a pawn, but I want to push into h5. I might end up lifting my f rook here. If I were to lift this, obviously that would open me up for a fork, losing this pawn. Yeah, let's threaten this bishop. See if we can't trade them off. Their bishop is better than mine, so... Yeah, I've given them a 2-pawn advantage, but I don't know if I've gotten the equivalent improvement. Okay, we can threaten this pawn. My g-pawn is pretty essential here for protecting f3 and h3. But I do need to get these rooks out and working. Okay, we're similar times, just under 3 minutes each. Okay, we have some discovered attack potentials, maybe? Let's give it a shot. Keep my opponent's time clicking down. No, I should have taken that pawn. I guess I can... No, can't take it right now. I screwed that one up. Oops, I just hung a rook. And... Ooh, they didn't see it? Okay, we should be pretty good about threatening this queen here. I'm assuming he's going to move off to the side, but I'm going to be taking this pawn. And is that queen trapped? Yeah, they may be able to get a little bit of compensation, but I think their queen is going to be gone soon. I am not going to take there yet. I'm going to move my rook over first. Get my rook off of a light square. Now we'll take here. And I imagine I'll be forced to move over to a dark square. Actually, I will move all the way over here. Keep an eye on that bishop. And now we just need to convert. Should be able to. Opponent's running low on time. And I think my king is relatively protected from further checks for at least a bit. All right, good game. All right, close one. I think I definitely got lucky on time, and I got lucky about grabbing that queen at the end. So let's just do a quick game review. See where my most glaring mistakes were. Yeah, so actually we're very balanced through the first half of the game, but then of course black had a very nice advantage there in the middle game, and white was able to get back into business at the end. Mid 70s for accuracy, no blunders, but definitely a couple misses and a fair number of mistakes and inaccuracies. In fact, a little bit more than my opponent overall. So let me just jump through here real quick. A lot of book moves in the opening, doing good, very balanced. White has a little bit of an advantage. Accuracy there. Okay, now we get to where black started to have an advantage. That was yeah, my attack there on H was misguided. Instead of doing that, I should have been going more towards the center. Okay, I don't know what that does for me, but and okay, black's got the lead, but that was not very good. Best move here. Okay, getting that bishop out. Huh. Yeah, maybe it's seeing some future attacks on the queen going up here, because obviously this looks like it hangs that pawn, but after a bishop takes, maybe there's some compensation to get their queen trapped sooner rather than later. And yeah, so obviously when I moved that bishop there, yeah, they had a miss because my rook there on e3 could have easily been taken. And then, yeah, turned around here for white. So, yeah, good game. And looks like rating is up to 1658. That's pretty nice. So if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. And I will see you at the next game. Cheers.